Why'd you vote for Mike?
Well, the way I look at it, friendships go deeper than politics. And I was mayor of Hot Springs about 14, 15 years ago. And that's when I first met Mike. And he impressed me at that time. And then later I went on, of course I was in the legislature and things like that. We always kind of stayed in touch. And I was with the United Way, and he was always involved in things like that. So when you look at his record and the things that have gone on in the police department over the last, in the sheriff's department over the last few years, it's time for a dramatic change. And he brings with him the experience, the knowledge, the know-how, the background, and everything to do an outstanding job. In fact, I think if we get him in there, he'll be there as long as he wants to be, and it'll be great for our community. That's why I voted for Mike, and that's also why all my family and kinfolk voted for Mike.
Hey, Mike, how are you feeling now that you've walked away with the election?
I'm feeling real good about it. It's been a tough year and a tough campaign, and I'm glad we've ended up with a real positive conclusion to the campaign.
And it was a good, solid win. I mean, it's not close.
No, and I feel very humble by the support that I've received from the community.
Well, that's great. When do you think you can start to get involved and get what as they call a transition team going?
I want to get it going as soon as possible. There's a lot of things going on at the Sheriff's Department at this point in time, not even to mention the new detention center, which I know is behind schedule at this point, but still there's a lot of work that's got to be done.
Okay, and do you have any people in mind for your transition team?
No, not at this time. We've got a great staff on board at the Sheriff's Office now.
Right.
And I plan on working real hard with them in the future, and actually been working with them on a lesser level in the past.
Good, so you'll be able to pick right up and move right in.
Yes, I'm feeling real good about it, and I've actually spent time going over the budget prior to the election, so I'm very familiar with the budget and how that's falling into place.
That's got to be an exercise.
It sure is. Sure is.
I've looked at a couple of the budgets, and it's Greek.
But there's some good things that are happening at the Sheriff's Office now. They're looking at some pay raises and some bonuses at this point in time, which are very much overdue.
From everything I've heard, and I think I read something on it, that they've got a whole system based on seniority and time in terms of the bonuses.
And I'm not completely familiar with all the details at this point, but I have spoken to the county judge about it and several of the deputies, and it seems like it's going over real well at this point in time.
Well, yeah, and I think also that one of the big problems has always been the differentiation between the city police force and the county deputies in terms of pay.
Right, there is a big difference, and new pay raises and bonuses are going to close that gap somewhat.
And hopefully you won't lose so many good deputies to the police department.
That would be my hope.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, good. Well, congratulations, and I hope that you have a very successful first term and go on to the second one.
Thank you very much. But this is not about Mike McCormick per se. This is a team that helped me all the way through the campaign, and it's that same type of team effort that's going to make the Sheriff's Department more successful and professional than it ever has been in the past. So I want to thank everybody that's been involved in the campaign and the support of the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate
All
it.
right, Mike.